Alright, what's up YouTube? So I just backed my trailer into the garage here to get this Yamaha off the trailer and onto the dolly next to me. So I've got some rattling going on inside the engine bay. And I've already, at the lake, I already found out what the problem is. And so now we got it home and we're about to get into this and fix it. It's not a major issue. But anyway, it can be nerve rattling to hear a noise that's not normal, especially when it's metal rattling inside there. So, but I'll show you what the problem is when we get this off the trailer. We'll get it, like I said, onto the dolly, and let me show you what happened to this thing. Alright, so let's take a look at what happened this weekend. I'm not going to restart it to let you listen to it because I'd already started kind of taking this thing apart a little bit. I'd already loosened my band clamps here. I'm taking the two studs out of here that bolts into this pipe. Released a band clamp back there. So anyway, I'm not going to put everything back together to start it, but I'll show you what I found. Started looking all over in here and trying to find, what was making the noise. And let me get my flashlight and I'll show you what I saw. And then I had to go fishing for it. So, all right, I can't tell. Straight down there, if you see a rusted bolt, and that's it. The head of that bolt, the other one that's down here, and hopefully it's picking up, it was sheared off. So what caused that? Did I not have this pipe tight enough? The other thing is that I'm thinking is when I rebuilt this engine, I don't know, what has it been, 2 or 3 years ago, I ordered all new engine bolts for this thing. And so I'm kind of surprised at the rusting that's going on these. Maybe, say in the comments if that's normal, but I thought these were, OEM, titanium, rust-free bolts, but you can see. Anyway, so I had to do some fishing, and here's what I found down in the bottom of the ski. So there's the head with part of the sheared off bolt there that's rusted out. So I have ordered another bolt and it has come in. Actually, I ordered two, so I'm going to replace both of these. So that's the issue and what happened. So we're going to see, once we get this out, if there's anything that tells me what happened. So I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to replace this whole pipe or take this pipe out. It has been a while, so I'm going from memory. I will get this thing out. But I know I've got to, like I said, I know I've already taken these two out here. I'll take that one out down there. I've got one down here on the side. And then I've got band clamps on the neck of this pipe that goes through the wall to the through the ski to the back here. So I'll just have to go by memory. I've released these. All right, so this is a 12 mil. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the other bolts down here. And let's see if we can get that started with, ooh, it's pretty tight. pretty tight. All right, timeouts. Let me put some PV Blaster down there. Let it soak a little bit. Maybe that is rusted out down there as well. So, all right, let's do that, and then we'll come back in a little bit and see if there's any chance that's going to come out. All right, so I'm letting the PV Blaster soak in a little bit for that bolt. So you can see I already removed this boot here. Of course, I undid these two bands, and I've got two more just to loosen it here and to separate the pipe there. But as I was looking around trying to remember, okay, what else do I need to remove to get this exhaust pipe out, I just found that I have a missing bolt. So either it is down in the bottom of the hole, worked itself out, or I never put it back in. So you can see where my finger is right here. There's a bolt that at the neck of this pipe is supposed to go in right here, I believe. So that may be the beginning of an issue there. Bottom of this pipe was loose maybe, and the vibrations causing it to work on that bolt up here. I don't know. So I'm continuing on. I've loosened my temp gauge. I don't want to drop those bolts out of it. All right, I'll just fold, well, I'll just let that go down into the bottom. And I'm going to continue to, I've got to get down there, as I said before, and release a band clamp. And then I'm going to come back and start and try to get this bolt out. And in the meantime, I'll loosen these two. And I should be really close. No bolt to undo there. So we'll see. I'm probably forgetting something. But I'll come back and we'll try to get this bolt out. All right, I'm going to see if I can help it along a little bit. Just give it a little love taps here to maybe loosen it up a little bit. Somehow I feel that didn't do anything, but let's see. Let's give it another shot here. Tell you what, it felt like it was coming, but all right. I don't know if you heard that, but oh, wow. I do not like this. So hold on a minute. I'm getting a phone call. Be right back. All right, guys. So just off camera. I stuck my wrench down there and I was able to get some movement out of that bolt, but it didn't just break loose and coming out easily. I'm still having to put some, as you can hear that, and I put some more PB Blaster on it, but I did several rotations and now it seems like it's frozen up again. So let me get on the other side. That seemed to work a little better. And the bolt is coming loose. I was able to see that. My fear was I was, just twisting it off. But that sounds terrible, doesn't it? I don't understand what's going on. It almost sounds like it's cross-threaded or something. But I never install these bolts with any power tool until I get it running in with my fingers first. Let's see if I can get my impact on it now. Thought I would be able to get it with this, but it's just not. Here we go. Well, the bolt is not. I'll have to clean this bolt up and see. I do feel like I've got some little metal shavings on here, and there are spots on here, so oh boy. Anyway, so it may be some damage down into the with the threads going down in there to the back of the engine. So all right, so what I've done also is I went ahead and loosened the band clamp back there, and let me see if I can get you off here. I'll show you. So right down there, I've got that the neck of that pipe is out, and what I did is I unbolted the water box back here and pulled it back. I left this clamp here tight and holding the pipe that connects to the exhaust pipe up front, and then I just moved this exhaust pipe back into the ski, and that broke it loose from down there. So I may be ready to start working this pipe out. Let me see. I've got to loosen up these two clamps there, and then let's see where we are. All right, guys, so I have been through it this afternoon, and a lot of it, there is either no camera or no mic. It's getting dark, and I'm about to go in, but at the risk of repeating some things maybe I already said, I don't know where exactly. I know when the battery died. I don't know when the mics died. So I got the pipe out, and this was not an easy thing. In fact, it was very difficult. It took me a while to get it out. The reason being is the bolt that was in here. Let me get it here. Here's the bolt. So it was sticking up that far, and because of that, I could not get the pipe over it and to get it out. So I was going to take this bottom half of this pipe off. That did not work because this bolt here, I could not get to it. I got the other 3 or 4 out, and so I was stuck. So I took the I don't know what you call it, the motor puller, the pull mounts on the engine. I took those out to try to rock it forward. So I don't know, it was a combination of things. It took a while, and all of a sudden it came loose. So I got the pipe out, and let me tell you, I saw what I think is the problem from the beginning. And let me grab my light. I got pretty good light out here right now. You see that broken off, and do you think maybe that was just giving it too much play, or it had too much play? Either way, I don't know how to fix this other than get a new pipe. So I'm going to start looking. I'm sure this had something to do with it. As I mentioned, I was going to put gaskets. I bought gasket material, but once I got this off, I saw a gasket maker is on the surface, and so I'd forgotten that I had put that in the last time because I probably saw the same thing. But if you can look here, this is grooved. It's not completely flat. You come over here, these are flat. So that's why I was thinking maybe that was part of my problem of why this bolt sheared off. But I think it had to do more of this. Now, the other thing, once I got in here, got the pipe out, do you remember me mentioning, and I hope it was before the mic or the camera quit, that I saw that I was missing a bolt that went down here, right here. This bolt that went in here was not there. So I thought, man, did I just not put it in? Did I forget? Well, once I got this pipe out, where is it? I found the bolt. Here it is. It's stuck on the, nope, that's not it. Well, guys, I had it here for a second. Let me walk around here. I want to show you the bolt, and here it is. In the bottom of the hole. So it either worked its way out or I never put it in. So I'm going to have to do some really good cleaning up to be able to use that again. So that's the bolt that was missing and is at the bottom of the engine bay. So let me get this, show you real quick. I threw it in here with the new one, but I guess I took it back out. The bolt that I did take out from the pipe that was so hard, I am going to have that chased because the threads on I don't know where it went. I didn't organize anything before I turned the camera back on. Anyway, the threads are really messed up, so I'm going to have to have that threads chased down into their back of the engine before I can even put this pipe back on. And again, I'm probably going to have to wait till a pipe comes in for this. I think that catches you up with everything. That's where I'm going to stop. And you know, an update later. You know, it may be days or a week before I pick this up, but for you, it's going to be seconds. All right, guys, just 1 second for you, but it's been an entire week here. The pipe finally came in yesterday, and so now, hopefully by the end of today, I'll have this pipe in and ready to go back to the water. I thought last week was going to be about a 30-minute job, and here we are a week later, still working on this thing. But so let me get you off the tripod here, and let's get started and get this pipe back on this, back in the ski. All right, so move the ski a little closer to the door, as you can see. Hopefully that'll give us better light. And anyway, so the new pipe has come in, and of course the main reason I had to get this pipe was this. I don't know exactly where I left off last week. I haven't even looked at the video, but anyways, you can see that is totally broken out, which I'm sure played a huge part in the breaking of that bolt. Anyway, I had to do a little work to this thing when it came in, and man, I don't know what the deal is with these pipes and these frozen, messed up bolts or whatever, but so it came with 2 studs, which is good. I could always use extra, and it had the nuts on them, and they were fed pretty far down on here, and on both of them I had to crank these things hard. I thought, just like on that bolt on the engine block over here, I thought I was going to snap it off just to get these off. So I think it was cross-threaded a little bit on both of them, because once I did get it off, I couldn't even get it to hardly thread back on. So I used my little tap and die set, ran it down, so you can probably see maybe where it's clean down to there, not so far on this one. But now, as you could just saw, I can spin those nuts on both of them just fine. So now, the job is to get this section off this pipe and replace it. I've already taken out, this was the one bolt that I couldn't get to, or one nut, while this was bolted into or onto the engine. Could not get this off. It's off now, so this should just break apart pretty easily. We'll get it on here and get it back in this engine. So let me get you situated somewhere around here, and let's get started on this. All right, let's get this pipe off of here. There's probably maybe, I'm expecting a gasket to be in there. I don't have another one, so just want to try to get this out without doing any kind of damage, to see if I can reuse that. So I don't know, I guess that looks like a pry point here, maybe. There is a gasket here. I'm trying not to destroy it. You probably can't see it from there. So I'm gonna, it's still intact, so I'm going to reuse this old gasket. Like I said, I don't have another one. There she is. Let's get rid of this thing. All right, so let's pick this back up. I had to take a break for a few minutes. I guess this gasket on here is metal, and it did a number on my finger. So I picked it up and was about, wherever it left off, and then I noticed that I had blood running down my fingers. So anyway, this is metal. I did not know that, so I'm sure this gasket here is what got my finger. So let's start again and putting this together. And I got it to your back, but I just threaded in these bolts. Probably should have sprayed something in there to make it slide on. There we go. There she is. So we've got 3 bolts, 2 nuts for those that just we just shove through there, and then we got 1 nut that goes on the back side here that I could not get to while it was in the WaveRunner. So like that, it looks like we're ready. So let me show you. So here is where it was stripped out, and again, I probably went over all this last week. I should have looked at the video, but I've got to clean these threads out. So and the problem is I can't use the regular tool because obviously this is not going to work with the engine there, so I'm going to have to rig it with my socket wrench to get this down there. So my concern is getting it straight, and gosh, I don't want it to mess this up. So if I can get it started, kind of going, I'd feel a lot better about it. But I've already tried sticking the new bolts in here and they do not go in. Now, I don't need to go that deep, but anyway, I'm going to play with this. I'm going to try to get this straight as possible. And what did I do? I just laid it down. And yeah, set it up like that and clean these threads out so that I can get a bolt. I can get a bolt all the way down this hole, so this one is good. But we got to fix this one. But here we go. Come on, please work, please work. So far, we're good. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this is really good. Is this another 12? It's probably 12 all the way around. Yes, sir. All right, I'm working one-handed here. Sorry, guys. So, I'm trying to give myself. Here we go. All right, so now I'm getting resistance right there, but because of the thickness of the pipe, I don't know how far down I really need to go. I know it's not all the way down, so let me that may be about it. I may have put the pipe on and then test it out. I'm still and that's where I meet resistance. So guys, it may be it because of the pipe is pretty thick. You can see right there. So that may be as far as that is supposed to feed down in there, and if that's the case, we're good. Unfortunately, I'll probably have to wait until I get the pipe on to see if I can really tighten down on it. So anyway, this is it. I'm going to start working the pipe down in here, slow and go. I've got the bolt that I found down in the bottom. I just put it in some vinegar, and you see it's breaking loose. I did already use the wire wheel on it, and I may have to use what I used on the bolts here, are these studs. I may have to come over here. I think I still have it in here. So if I have to use this, I got a little more confidence in it since it worked on those studs there. So feeling good. So let me stop here. Feel like here is the bolt that was down in the hole that was just covered in rust and corrosion. I'm going to have to order another bolt. There's not a lot of thread life left. So the ultrasonic cleaner cleaned it up really well. I hit it with the my wire wheel, and you can see, maybe you can't, but it's not going to grab. So, but fortunately, this is not something I have to have right now on this, putting this pipe in. So, all right, I'm going to set you up. We're going to grab this pipe and let's see if we can get it lowered down in there, bolted back on with no issues, no problems. There's always something, but maybe not. Let's see. One down. All right, guys, we have everything bolted in, except for let me tighten the bands back up. I've got the temperature sensor to put in, and I'm going to thread that bolt, even though I'm going to, in the meantime, buy another one. It'll probably come in before we get back out on the water anyway. But I'm going to see just how, if there's any bite to this bolt when I stick it in, and hopefully it is aligned. I can't imagine not putting it in unless I just can't believe it, and I don't think it worked its way out. Got to have a bigger socket for this one. Let's get this aligned. Whoa, too much now. And I apologize if you can't see what's going on, but I think I loosened it too much. All right, just, okay. Okay, it's not feeling like it's tightening, and that's probably, yeah, it's not tightening up. Well, maybe it took that tightened up, because now it feeling like it is tight. So I don't know. It's getting tight. Yeah, that's tight. So everything is tight now. Right. The temperature sensor. I got to get the air box back on the carbs. And then that will be, yeah, where's my temperature sensor? Yeah, what was that? Yeah. It's probably a washer that was already stuck on here. Sure, that's what it was. Every time I lay this flashlight down, I'll pick up extra stuff. Okay, so somewhere down in there, I should have fished it out earlier. I saw it earlier. All right, let me get those two lines over there buttoned up. Oh, I do have to put the I don't know what you'd call them, engine puller stuff. All right, I'm going to probably pull that later. Way too small. And this is going to be too big. Nope. I'm probably going to pull that later and put some Loctite on that nut. Because if there's something that's going to vibrate off, it is going to be that nut. All right, I'm gonna go get the spark plugs and maybe we'll start this thing up. Wow, I don't know how much you saw. I didn't see, I apologize. I'll look at the video and see. All this may be edited out anyway, who knows. So let me go get the spark plugs and in this thing, and I need to just go through it really one more time with my flashlight, since it was a week ago that I started, just to make sure that I have everything hooked back up, everything's in place, everything is tight. So let me do that and then we'll come back. All right guys, so I buttoned everything back up, got the air box back on the carburetor, and so I'm not going to try to fool you. I've already started this thing just to make sure, and running good. So anyway, I'll crank it before we close it out. It gets to stay in the garage one more night before I bring another one in. But shut the gas off. Woo! All right, guys, I appreciate you joining me. It's been a good day. I wish I could have got this done last week. Like I said, it kind of puts me behind. But anyway, I got everything done. No more problems. So it's a good day. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you stay around this long, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.